On April 26, 2026, under the bright Botswana sun, the track sizzled as world-class athletes traded blows at the Botswana Golden Grand Prix. Following the Kip Keino Classic in Kenya just 48 hours prior, the world's elite descended upon the national stadium in Gaborone. The conditions were perfect: warm Botswana sunshine, a fast track, and a crowd hungry for world-class athletics. Originally elevated to Continental Tour Gold status, this meet was temporarily demoted to Silver status for 2026 following track condition issues and administrative hurdles in previous years. But with the World Athletics Relays scheduled in Gaborone just a week later, the national stadium became a magnet for Olympic champions looking for a high-stakes tune-up. In the men's 100-meter, the crowd was absolutely buzzing for Kenya's Ferdinand Omanyala, the African record holder, and Canada's multi-Olympic medalist Ondrej de Grosse. But it was de Grosse's compatriot, 30-year-old Jerome Blake, who stole the show and opened his outdoor season with the race of his life. In a fiercely competitive field, Blake held his top-end speed through the final 10 meters to stop the clock at a massive personal best of 9.93 seconds. He edged out both Omanyala and de Grosse, who crossed the line in a dead heat at 9.95 seconds. Omanyala has returned to sub-10 form, clocking 9.98 to 9.96 and 9.95 seconds in a massive week for Africa's fastest man. But Ondrej de Grosse wasn't leaving Botswana without a gold medal. Later in the afternoon, de Grosse lined up for his signature event, the 200 meters. De Grosse put on an absolute clinic as he cruised around the bend and pulled away from the field, making a massive statement in his season opener with a blistering 19.84 seconds. He led a Canadian 1-2 finish, pulling his longtime teammate Aaron Brown to a 20.07 finish, while America's Kyrie King rounded out the podium in 20.24 seconds. De Grosse's 19.84 is his fastest time in the 200 meters since his 19.76 second effort to close out the 2023 season. The men's 400-meter hurdles was a showcase of local grit and technical mastery, as the event lived up to its grueling reputation under the afternoon sun. The home crowd was sent into a frenzy as Botswana's own Tisang produced a stunning performance. Charging hard off the final bend and maintaining his stride through the death zone of the last two hurdles, Kemarina surged ahead to claim a brilliant victory in 48.68 seconds. He was pushed every inch of the way by South Africa's Sabelo Dlamini, who showcased incredible hurdle clearance but couldn't catch the Botswana, finishing in second place with a strong 49.07 seconds. Turkey's Nozia Ismail rounded out the podium in 49.27 seconds. In the women's 800-meter, Botswana's national record holder, Oretile Nowe delivered an impressive victory in front of an erupting home crowd at the national stadium. Nowe overtook Ethiopia's Nagest Getachew during the final bend, clocking a sensational 1 minute and 58.42 seconds to secure first place. Getachew pushed hard through the final stages to claim second place in 1 minute and 59.06 seconds. Bahrain's Nelly Jepkesjai followed closely behind to round out the podium in 1 minute and 59.49 seconds. Nowe's victory was a highlight for Team Botswana, showcasing the athlete's grit and class as she held off a powerful international field to win on home soil. In the men's 400-meter, Zimbabwe's Thandazani Ndhlovu ran the race of his life. In a grueling final 50 meters, Ndhlovu held off American Olympic medalist Bryce Deadman's late charge, crossing the line in a blistering 44.71 seconds. Deadman couldn't catch the Zimbabwean, settling for second in 44.86 seconds. South Africa's Adrian Swart rounded out the podium with a gritty 45.52 seconds, holding off a late charge from the rest of the field. In the women's 100 meters, all eyes were on the USS Gabby Thomas. The 29-year-old Olympic 200-meter champion came into Gaborone with a massive chip on her shoulder. Just 2 days earlier in Nairobi, a strong headwind robbed her of a sub-11 time, forcing her to settle for 11.01 seconds. But Gaborone offered redemption. In the brilliant Botswana sunshine, Thomas exploded out of the blocks. Her drive phase was flawless and she surged past the field to cross the line in 10.95 seconds. For the first time in her illustrious career, Gabby Thomas officially broke the 11-second barrier. Her compatriot, Cambria Sturgis, finished second in 11.07 seconds, while Canada's Audrey Leduc clocked 11.10 seconds. Thomas was originally slated to run the 200 meters later in the evening, but citing fatigue after her historic 100-meter run, she decided to pull out. This left the door wide open in the half-lap event, and American Kayla White took full advantage. From the crack of the starter's pistol, she attacked the curve with aggression, emerging into the home straight with a clear advantage. She maintained her form through the final 50 meters to cross the finish line in a commanding 22.68 seconds. Her compatriot Kinonda Davis secured the silver, finishing in 23.22 seconds after a strong battle over the final meters. The podium was completed by Trinidad and Tobago's Leah Bertrand, who pushed through late to claim the bronze in 23.39 seconds. Zimbabwe's Ashley Miller fought hard to stay in contention, narrowly missing out on the podium to finish fourth in 23.44 seconds. She was followed by the Republic of Congo's Natasha Ngoi, who rounded out the top 5 with a time of 23.74 seconds. The women's 100-meter hurdles was headlined by the Americans who dominated the rhythm over the barriers. Rainier Jones delivered a masterclass from the onset, establishing a rhythm that no one else could match. She sliced through the air to stop the clock at a dominant 12.68 seconds. The chase for the remaining podium spots was a battle of endurance. France's Cyrena Samba Mayila, a consistent threat on the global circuit, secured the silver medal with a time of 13.13 seconds. Rounding out the podium was Serbia's Milica Emin, who clocked 13.64 seconds to take home the bronze. The women's 400-meter hurdles saw South Africa's Rogel Joseph put on a masterclass in rhythm and endurance. Taking control of the race from the fifth hurdle, she maintained her composure through the grueling final straight to claim gold in 55.09 seconds. She was shadowed closely for the entire one-lap sprint by Zimbabwe's Ashley Miller, who pushed Rogel to the limit to secure a hard-fought silver. South Africa's Gonsi Maraka rounded out the podium in 56.12 seconds. In the women's 400-meter, Egypt's Basant Hemida produced a signature performance, showing incredible strength through the final 100 meters. She held off a strong international field to power across the line in a superb 50.27 seconds, asserting her status as one of the most versatile sprinters on the continent. The silver medal was snatched by America's Paris Peoples, who timed her kick to perfection to clock 50.79 seconds. She was followed by South Africa's Mali Viljoen, who dipped just in time to secure the bronze in 50.82 seconds. Botswana's Obeki Kambaruka gave the home fans plenty to cheer for, delivering a brave performance to finish fourth in 51.59 seconds ahead of Kenya's Mercy Chebet, who rounded out the top 5 in 51.69 seconds. The second men's 100-meter race was defined by a dramatic photo finish that saw American sprinter Pi Austin narrowly edge out South Africa's Bradley Mkoana. Both athletes were credited with a time of 10.12 seconds in a competitive heat, with highly rated South African prospect Marco Ferreira rounding out the podium in 10.16 seconds. Beyond the podium, Retsedisitswe Mlenga finished just outside the top 3, completing a strong showing for the South African sprinters. The 2026 Botswana Golden Grand Prix served as a high-octane rehearsal for the World Athletics Relays. The international stars lived up to their billing. However, the true soul of the meet was found in the home victories of Oretile Nowe and Tisang Kemarina, whose performances ignited the national stadium in Gaborone.